followers, viewers, supporters, and listeners across the globe. Thank you for tuning in to another live segment where we share inspirational quotes, divine messages, and insightful topics. We appreciate your support and shout out to the You Will Make It TV channel, by the way. Today is I know I shared that we're about a year old a couple weeks ago, but today is the actual anniversary. I learned something new every day. So that means last year, December 12th, 2024, which is a crazy date because 1212 equals 24. But according to the analytics, that's the day this channel was started. So happy birthday, You Will Make It TV. And a special thanks to our supporters. Like, we have been trying to do things. We're doing code drives, we're doing raffle tickets for a free Christmas basket. Just the smallest things we can do to show our appreciation of you guys' support. You don't necessarily never have to spend a dollar or anything over here to be respected, supported, for your opinions in the chat or the comments to be recognized. You don't have to spend a dollar at all. But if you have stuck with us this long, home of the inspirational thoughts and quotes, we do love you. And please remember that we are now accepting original quotes, original inspirational quotes from around the globe. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter uh, your nationality, where you come from, what you've been through. We want to hear some of those inspirational stories. It's amazing how many stories you can tell about your life in one sentence. You just sum it up in one quote. So I'm encouraging you guys, feel free to forward or send your own original quotes along with your username or profile name and the state or country that you're sending your quote from. And we're going to recognize it. We're going to share your quote right here on the You Will Make It TV channel, okay? Uh, we're not looking to plagiarize or publish anybody else's independent works. That's why we're asking you to send your username, state, and original quote. So those will be those shorts that people know I didn't originate the quote, but most of the ones on the 1.7K videos we've done so far are original quotes. So I just want to give myself a pat on the back and you guys a pat on the back too for even putting up with our inspirational quotes, right? Not everybody is in a place where they want to just hear inspiring thoughts and quotes all the time, but we do appreciate you guys' support. So yeah, you'll send those to teddersherryw@gmail.com. Real sweet and simple. Give us 24 hours to look at it. I mean, it doesn't have to be approved because, of course, if it's something crazy, I'm not going to share it on the channel. But if it's a positive, original, inspirational quote, we will share it on the channel. That's all I was trying to announce. Um, Thank you guys for tuning into another live segment. Happy Friday. But yeah, it is what it is. I had to come and go live because the analytics studio said that today is You Will Make It TV's birthday, like official birthday. I said, wow, because I believe that numbers are signs sometimes or codes. And I didn't even know that I had started the channel on 12/12/24. Now we're going into 2026, but shout out to the YouTube channel platform as well. I know that everybody doesn't mean well, but that everybody doesn't mean harm either. So uh, I am grateful where the support is given. Uh, so it is what it is. Today, I'm not here to bash Somalians. I'm not here to bash or talk down on what's going on. No, that's not what I'm here to do. But see, I remember when I went live before this story had even came out in Minnesota about a specific topic of how, something had just got overturned over there pertaining to child marriage laws being approved. They had decided not to go through with that, whatever leaders judge over there in their jurisdiction, which in that same live segment that I recorded, feel free to tune in to previously recorded segments, or I might share the link in the comment section of this live I'm doing right now. Because it's crazy how it's just crazy. Because in that same live, I was talking about how a lot of people don't know there's a lot of states here, right here within the country, that are still a little behind as far as jumping on the bandwagon and making child marriage illegal. They just be like, oh, they haven't changed. Like, what I'm trying to say is most people are under the impression that every 50 states, 50 plus states of the United States has banned child marriage laws, and it's just not true. I mean, I was even shocked. I was even shocked to see that. I say, what? Is some states still haven't banned this? Maybe they feel like as long as the parents of the minor are okay with signing the marriage certificate or signing their child over to get married, it's okay. But me personally, I don't agree with that. I don't, and people know this. Like, people know the parents to play with and not to play with. That's why they got to do stuff behind your back. If a man, a grown man, come to me and say, I want to marry one of your minors, I don't care how much you're offering, sir. I'm going to tell you no. My morals and ethics and principles say no. So what else can a person do from there if they still feel like they want to marry your child? Okay, let me slow down, because it's just a weird way. It's a weird thing to some of us, but it is custom and culture in some countries. I have to remember this, even in history. But even if I was back then and somebody asked me to marry my child, and it's a whole child, because back then, like 15 plus years ago, if you would have told me, and anybody that really, really, really know me, know I'm telling the truth. This was crazy about my story. I always said I wasn't even gonna have children. Let a man approach me talking about, can he marry my child? That's the type of stuff people be talking about. And I just was one of those that always said I wasn't gonna have children. That's another side story. I just felt like I wasn't gonna have children. It is a conscious decision. Every time you get pregnant, every time you deliver, you know what I'm saying, you have other options. There are adoption agencies, foster care homes, all that. No, nobody kept their children and put all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears to raise their children up in a direction where they learn they can. Because in America, oh, we definitely teach that women can be independent. It's just like what's been going on behind the scenes, in the corners, under the rugs. Or is everybody really a firm believer that? Obviously not. You got people still trying to fight child marriage laws as we speak, but they claim they're okay. Like, oh, it's the modern day. Women should be in, they should have the right to be independent if they want to. And when we say independent, we don't just mean single, like single ladies. Some people are widowers, or they end up single, independent women for other reasons that life kind of forced them into that situation, right? To me, a person who's forced into independence versus a person who just chose independence because they had that option is two different things. But why is it such a debatable topic only when you're talking about the independence of a woman? Obviously, society has not come as far as we thought, and we're still stuck at levels like this. Thanks for your support, guys. What I was talking about on that last stream was how some of the men were kind of speaking out about, how they felt about the fact that child marriage laws were going to be banned over there in Somalia. Like it's just more. When I say ban, I mean they are not allowing the act anymore, and I'm happy to hear it. What do you tell the children? Oh, it's our custom. So no, if your custom has to do with abuse, trauma, stressing a child out, why is it even a custom? Why is it even a part of the religion? Why is it even required? Why is it even? Come on, bro. I was also inspired because I was watching, I don't know what it's called, America's Got Talent, one of those shows. And there was this group of women, they do these dances that are highly significant and beautiful signature to symbolize where they come from. And I think they end up winning the show. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that they had the balls, even though women don't have balls, they had the balls to still get on national television and try to show their talent in hopes of making and paving a better way and more opportunities for them and their dance group. Because where they are, they were saying that they don't really get much respect for. They just don't. They said they came on TV to show that their nationality of women are more than just being command. commanded and licking the feet of others and waiting hand and foot on others. And no, I'm not trying to teach about the Bible, but I have not seen anywhere in the Bible where it says a woman should be your foot rug, footstool, anything I've seen people try to turn women into. I'm sorry. You cannot show me that in the Bible or any other religious book. If you do try to show me, it's probably a reason that I don't choose to read those books unless it's for history purposes or just me being more knowledgeable about why it's okay for people to think they can treat women a certain way. What makes it worse, you have women joining the bandwagon too. Like, yeah, I want to abuse a woman too. Like, what? God said you can sit here and complain about the way things are, you can speak up more about it. So I don't want to be in my grave feeling silenced. And some people you can't silence in the grave. That part too. But we're not here to talk about that. Some people are even louder from the other side. But still, it's a good word of inspiration. You don't like something, you might can't change it, but voice that you don't like it. I really don't like to voice it. I show people through how I live. Now you can't control what people sit up and conjure up and plan and plot against you every day. Just know if you're a woman, people are doing it. Especially if you're a woman on social media, the internet, some kind of public existence. And that has nothing to do with independence. Anybody who want to create a social media account can. It has nothing. The most reliant people who rely on others every day, they have social media accounts. So why can't an independent person have one? I swear, people have it all demented. Like, oh, this person's independent, a little easier to what? Challenge? I like to watch the movie 300 a lot because it was the same thing. For whatever reason, people wanted the Spartans and all of this to bow down and do what they say. It had nothing to do with ego. It's like honor on the other side, respect. Who's just gonna turn over their stuff to you just because you want it? You got to come with something better than that. So I was like stunned when I saw that. I don't know what all I saw on the news, but I saw for sure it was some leaders out there in Minnesota that's been at least accused and arrested for certain type of allegations surrounding ex trafficking, scamming, theft, all kind of stuff. And it's just crazy. While people were like, "No, stop deporting everybody," but the whole time they're screaming it, they must be the ones working with them. You can't tell me that just because people are from two other countries, they won't work together. There's nothing wrong with that part, but to work together to scam everybody else is crazy. I'm just finally giving my reaction and commentary to this. Like, it's sick. America was that place that opened the door and said, "Yeah, if you want an education, come over here and get an education. If you want to make more money, come over here. You want to come over here and be a trader, or whatever you want to become, and have more options and freedoms for your kids. You can come over here." And look how people abused it. This is what I meant to say. Not yet, not yet. And I've been alive 34 years. I have never got to travel to another country and just study their ways and come back over here and now I'm rich. Just go over there and steal their customs, steal their ways, steal the way they do things. Just sit over there and study them. Go move in next door to them and just sit over there and study them and then come back to America and now I'm rich because I just came up on another country and how they do things. I've never personally had that experience. I've never got to sit by anybody and just watch and study how they do something and then you saw an increase in my money. There's no evidence of that. If you ever seen an increase, elevation in my life, it's stuff I can prove. Like here's ground zero and here's the elevation. Drink. Mm-mm. Thank you, baby. No, this is Minnie Mouse. But I guess this is the new way. People travel. It got to be a third world country. Yeah. They go to places like Jamaica, Mexico. They go anywhere. Talking about they trying to expand their opportunities and broaden their horizons. If you can't do that right from where you at, I wouldn't say it's nothing wrong with it, because some people do have to relocate just to have better opportunities. But your better opportunities came through you scamming somebody child, scamming somebody information. No, people need to be looked at for what they are. You're not successful if you stole anything. Where are you successful at? But they want to stick this narrative to black people. That's what's coincidental about it. To only African Americans. But it's constantly more news stories circulating that it's also foreigners that be heavily involved in all kind of crimes. So my personal reaction is no, I'm not against Mr. Donald Trump signing deportation orders and all of this either, because like who's been over here under the subjection of oppression due to people who can just go home after they attack you. They attack you and just go back home 300 million miles away. And then I don't even know what to call that. Just know Arthur Tedasheri has never traveled somewhere, attacked somebody, and then left. It's weird. Like attack their bank accounts, attack their household, attack their children, attack anything I wanted to, and then return home free of charges, free of criminal penalties. Never. And it's crazy. They know how to hold us down in our own jurisdiction, in our own where we are native people. But these people, it took you years and years to figure out what they had going on. Get out of here, bro. Even Cash Patel, whatever his name is, Cash Patel, the FBI director, he makes a public announcement that it's crazy. This could just be tabloid news, but they're definitely convinced that people dabble into other things just to overpower other people. That has to be more embarrassing than anything. They can attack your character, your past history, your family, all they want to. But look what's being exposed at the head. Like, bro, is y'all bringing these people over here just to attack your own? You know karma's coming. Because maybe you don't feel like, you don't know what it feels like for somebody to hire a whole outsider or a stranger from another land to attack you. Maybe you don't know yet, America. The song says, God shed his grace on thee and shine thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. And we might want to just remember the lyrics that I just called out as stuff begins to unfold. You know, if you don't know the America song, I don't know what to tell you, but it's I think that's the name of it. But it says, "Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, purple mountain majesty." I know some of the words. And then it says, America, America, God shed his grace on thee. But some of the stuff that I'm hearing lately, I don't know if there's going to be any grace. Then it says, and shine thy good with brotherhood. What about the women? Mm. From sea to shining sea. Like that. It's a lot going on, y'all. But once again, are you calling every Somalian bad? Or no, you're not. Because that's just one nationality of people that probably have been over here in America. People come over here to America from all different parts of the globe. And some are saying they don't think that was a good idea to begin with. Because now look, but you don't ever hear too many countries saying, yeah, we banned Americans from over here. Uh, you just don't hear that. But me personally, I have never got to travel somewhere, learn your currency, learn your systems, learn your background, learn your customs and who you're related to and what. I've never gotten to do that. So it shows a lot. I've never had to stalk anybody or stalk their finances or stalk their children just to have grace over my life, just to have favor over my life, just to get some type of level up. So it's like, what's wrong with the people? Now they're mad because they're being exposed on the news, and it's stupid. Talking about Trump wrong for sending them home. How? You're lucky you're not being thrown in prison somewhere. What do you mean he's wrong for sending you home? You need to go home if you've been over here bringing those type of activities to our soil, our land, and children are involved. No, you need to go back home because the people here, the real American citizens, we get fed time for those type of crimes. We get arrested. We get put on probation and everything else. Who do you think you are to come over here? Oh, okay, I'm gonna just catch a plane back home after I commit whatever act or crime I did. That's probably why a lot of these planes been falling out the sky. They think they just gonna jump on the plane and go back home, bro. Like spiritual judgment and justice is real too. It's like they're saying, no, keep God's emotions out of it. No, when you're talking about God, people, his emotions are gonna be in it every time. You can't just travel somewhere and think you're gonna do something to a certain group of people. Do you know how many times black people specifically though have been through that already? Of people coming where they at, stealing from them? Literally. Ask the Egyptians, ask the black people. We're tired. Then you keep repeating the same cycles in new generations and you expect people to not see that? It's stupid. Black people are very familiar with that. People coming over there stealing, then catching a plane, and then they go back to where they at. Oh, I'm rich. I'm successful. Tell them people how you built your stuff. That way they don't end up cursed doing business with you. You know, they don't end up stuck in a bind or left by the wayside due to this. But this is my reaction and commentary to these updates. And it's just like more and more news stories being released of judges themselves being arrested. Because when you have God complex mentality, like nobody can tell you what to do because your position is that high. But you're competing with people who don't even have titles or positions like you. They're regular people. What are you competing with them or oppressing them? I believe the waters speak because there's still souls, lost souls in the water from slaves that was being thrown off ships. And you thought you just finna come over, yeah, I'm finna do this and that, some more stuff to black people. Okay, you do know that 400-year period the Bible talks about his people being in bondage is over, right? So anything you throw in after the 400 years of oppression black people have already suffered and been through, you can expect karma. Because that's like you just trying to keep your foot on somebody's neck whose neck that you're used to having your foot on. Some of these people, their feet being cut off and they still trying to step on people. It's stupid. Come on. That's where the waters begin to speak. Like some of them people was thrown off of ships, drowned at the bottom of the sea, and you think, oh, it was the past. The past, those are still souls trapped in the sea. But death is still the way, huh? I'll never be threatened by people who've already shown me that death is the only way. It to them, death is the only way. If anything, to me, that's looked at as a weakness. Like, oh, okay, so you're nothing without stealing, right? You're nothing. I don't have to respect your title. I don't have to respect what you do. The day that I find out you steal, you're nothing. You're nobody. These be the main ones first in line talking about respect me. I'ma earn my respect. You ain't earned no respect stealing from nobody. Period. Hacking people. They went and got who they thought, dear Lord, give me strength as I talk about this topic. To me, they went and got who they thought was the wisest. Because I had a dream about it. I ain't gonna even BS y'all. I had a dream that They were actually searching the world high and low for the most powerful witches. But I never asked God for what reason would they do something like that. Yeah, but now things make sense. You know what I mean? Because somebody had a bright idea. I know if we travel the world and find the greatest witches and the best hackers, we'll control everybody. And this is what you call world peace. This is what you call world unity. Going to go pick people up from their country that can help you attack somebody. That ain't one world order. That's not one world peace. That's a bunch of BS, if you ask me. Because that's crazy. That's like you profiting and benefiting off of people who can't, like me. Like I ain't even ever traveled to a third world country before. At first, I looked at that as a bad thing, but it's gonna say a lot on my behalf real soon. I ain't never been to no third world country. And if I were to go visit one, you wouldn't hear in the news that I'm over there stealing from them and hurting their kids. And if anything, you'll probably hear that I helped them build something, a new school for their territory, or help them build some programs or start some new software homeschool systems or something. You wouldn't be hearing, oh, Teddy Sherry went to a third world country and she was stealing from people. You'll never hear that about me. That's why I ain't been to no third world country yet. And that's okay. The ones that have been there, what were you doing when you was over there? They'd be like, oh, I was just on vacation. You don't know what all the person was doing when they a million miles away. How you gonna get to one world order and you still got people? The only order they know is theft. THEFT. There are still souls trapped at the bottom of the ocean. They release though every time some another soul is released. Every time a person like me speaks up on their behalf. And they not down there due to shipwreck and Titanic situations. They're down there because people chained and bonded them up and brought them on ships to work for them. And ask us what us, the offspring of these people, are going through today. Just ask us. Now it's even worse. Not only are you still stuck here in America, where they brought your ancestors. No. It don't stop there. I mean, yeah, you have a few more equalities and rights than what black people used to have, but you're not really fully free. If they can just hire people from anywhere across the globe, the four corners of the earth, to still come attack you, I would say I'm still in slavery, in bondage then. That wasn't bad enough. You had my great ancestors on the ship. Some of them probably didn't even fully make it over here. Yeah, because their souls speak from the waters. You see, but I'm not gonna speak on that right now. I just spoke on it. They were doing horrible people to things to them people on the ships too. Then you say, well, I'm gonna go get a Caribbean. I'm gonna go get a Dominican. I'm gonna go get any race I can. Because I feel like Americans ain't strong enough to attack the people we already oppressed for 400 years. I'm sorry, but all signs are showing just as much as you have a lot of people still fighting for freedom's rights, equal rights, you have the same large group number of people too trying to keep them same people oppressed. And you cannot convince me otherwise. I bet they got records on all of us of which one of us used to be a slave family they used to own. And they're trying to keep that going. You know what I mean? If they think we didn't know. I knew there was some indication that whatever bloodline I come from, they must have used to be slaves because of the insurmountable level of racism I have experienced from a child to now. And it's not just from one race of people. When I'm talking about me, it's sad, bro. That's really not sad. Like when history speaks like that, like sometimes you hear it because you be like, why am I going through this? That's what made you tap in. Like, let me see what they talking about when we talk about past lives, future lives. One dream, I thought I saw me in a past life. I ain't gonna lie to people. And the reason I feel like I deal with a lot of racism, because maybe people looked into my past life too. But one of the past lives I saw, it's a whole possibility in another life. I was a white woman. But I don't talk about it too much because to me, everybody is the same race. That's another topic. Like everybody really, and that's the human race, you know. But the dream, it was something like that. Like I was a white woman in another lifetime. But people can think I'm crazy. Why else are you so attacked? Why else are people so pressed on keeping their thumb and keeping cycles of abuse? And oh, in the dream too, I was a white woman with a black man. So it was probably something that was looked down on, or maybe one of my great grandmothers was a white woman who was with a black man. You never know. And even in present day time, they can't let it go. It's odd, you know what I'm saying, to punish somebody for, they be quick in line to punish and criminalize somebody. Boy, if y'all don't go criminalize these people that's trying to keep the Willie Lynch systems going, which I'm happy to see us move that direction a little bit, those are the real criminals. Because the Willie Lynch letter, for those that don't know, was nothing but a curse. It's just a bunch of words binded together to curse a people. And if you haven't read it, now is a good time to read it. You know, I'll be back with another insightful topic because it is the season of Christmas, and I've just been led to talk more because not everybody celebrates Christmas as the celebration of Christ. And when he was born, I don't know why they celebrated it for their own reasons. We already gave the warning and disclaimer. Watch who you receive gifts from this year. If you've never done it before, it's not you judging the people. It's like you got to be careful. You don't know what's in and on people's spirits unless you're really looking at it. And they be talking about the Christmas spirit. Well, what is your Christmas spirit? Because some people's Christmas spirit is cursing gifts and giving them to people so they can be cursed all year. So yeah, I'm looking at people Christmas spirit, or keep that away from me. The gift of giving, people have that opportunity all year long. But now they want to be in control of who gives, who is giving to who. People only do that because they mad because you're not giving to them. You know, I'm gonna watch this person's money so I can see who's giving to them. That's some sick slave, 400 years of bondage, retaliation for your ass. Cause like, how is that not financial abuse for a set of wicked eyes to be on your money? We know they wicked eyes because they turn around and curse it every chance they can. What I'm saying is, America probably already had a problem with people doing it, just cursing each other money. But then you add a circle of foreigners who like to do the same thing, and they will be happy to do it because they trying to change their what they're going through in their country. They'd be happy to come over here and take the opportunity to attack somebody. But they're gonna find out real quick. These people y'all coming over here being paid to attack and work together with people to attack. How you know they not God people? And some of the foreigners be the main ones hollering they religious and they respect their customs and cultures. And what does that profit you if you don't respect the next man's? How are you spiritual? Because like I said, in my opinion, you don't have to agree with what somebody else practice and what they do, but respect is just respect. So you're gonna travel to their country and tell they women how they should be. Yeah, let me try to go to a third world country and tell they women how they should be. Tell their men how they should treat their wives. Tell their families how they should raise their kids. Don't nobody think they can do that to nobody but black people. They swear we the most untaught people. But you got all the knowledge that you have today from some of our ancient cultures. You did. Everything they practice, I can go look it up, and it comes from an ancient culture with the bloodline of black people in it. That's all I need to know. And it's like, it just helped them. It's a mind game. It make them feel on top to lie to themselves and say, black people didn't teach me anything. When everything you literally obtain and have today, it I can prove it. It came from ancient. African and native and foreign cultures. Period. Like, how is that world peace? The world teaming up to attack and jump somebody. Hmm. All I'm saying is, if they keep that up too long, they'll see. You're not gonna get no world peace out of that. You're not. You're not gonna get no world peace out of unifying to attack one person when you could have unified and helped to world hunger or some other issue, environmental issues. That's why the world being embarrassed right now. The world is literally falling apart from the inside, from the mantle. It's about ready to crack and explode right now. But you're so in charge. You know what I'm saying? You're so powerful. I don't care how powerful they said they was. I didn't see one witch or warlock stop the COVID-19 pandemic when it was going on, and it was all over the world. So to me, spiritually speaking, so I feel like there was a whole warning in itself. If a sickness can roam and attack the whole globe, like we saw during the COVID-19 pandemic, kind of like a plague, why would you continue to play with God, people? It's crazy. Like, why would you do that? But maybe they don't look at it like that. As soon as the world opened back up, airlines, retailers, businesses, as soon as they opened back up, people went right back to showing you who they were. First, they were complaining, oh, this needs to be opened up. Oh, we hate the shutdown. We hate wearing face masks, they said. Okay, so God shows a little grace. The COVID-19 pandemic eases up. And you mean to tell me the best thing people could do is come together and bomb witches and attack each other? It's weird. That's the first thing they thought to do. We're gonna team up. That way if the next pandemic come, we'll be protected. And I'm trying to see where they think they're gonna be protected at, because something like a health advisory, a serious plague happening like that again. I don't know how many people is gonna survive it next time. And I feel like it's going to specifically strike. Like I said, I'll be back with another topic, because we've seen this time and time again. These are not just ancient Bible stories. These are stories that can be proven, like plagues and sicknesses that really attack whole places. You would think they know better by now. And one thing about it, a plague gonna get the job done. They like to sit and play with bacteria and chemicals and experiment to see which one is going to break people down. Everybody pay attention. Like, they're catching people doing that today, right now, as we speak, conjuring up sicknesses to give somebody, right? So all I'm saying is, don't get mad and don't be trying to cuss God out and God people out, bro, when this stuff comes back around. Because how dare you think you're finna conjure up a sickness in your kitchen, your bathroom, wherever the hell they do it at, just to attack one person or a few families or a few families' kids. This little stuff y'all cooking up ain't nothing. And God is showing you through his people persevering. But when he releases whatever's coming, everybody's not just gonna be able to persevere through that. And then you want to call on mercy and grace and call on your ancestors, knowing that some of these things are backfires from you trying to make somebody else sick. This is just sick. That's another reason why they usually like immigrants to be kind of like documented. They try to make sure that you get the appropriate vaccinations and checkups and stuff that you're supposed to have before you even traveling to these third world countries. I think people go over there, they sleeping with everybody because America was already doing it. Other places they practice discipline, customs, and America though they just kind of sleep with who they want to. But you take that same American culture practice and you go to third world countries sleeping with whoever over there. I see what this finna turn into. And then you bring back whatever you just picked up over there and you're affecting people over here. And then what do you have? They're not gonna be satisfied, y'all, until it's so many sicknesses. Till something so potent hits us. And I don't want to include me in the us. That's why I keep my divine prayers going on. But if you like cooking up chemicals and bacterias and experiments that help you have a weapon over God, you look stupid. You will never have a weapon over God. Like one move of God could wipe this whole planet out. And they know it. They know it. So I guess this is just how they choose to go out. The Bible say in the end days it'll be people seeking death, but they won't be able to find it. Now imagine it. He didn't say he described hell this way, but he wasn't talking about hell. He said right here, people was gonna seek death and death was gonna flee. That could sound powerful, don't it? It literally say that, but here they is in their kitchens and bathrooms and homes trying to conjure up death. But the Bible already said death shall flee. Now, I guess you could look at that as a good thing, but for those who might have a even worse judgment coming, who will be seeking death because the pain and agony and humiliation is so bad, they won't be able to find death. Death won't know parts of what they talking about. Death is going to do as it's told and move out the way, like the Bible said it would. They're going to seek death and they ain't going to be able to find it. And then the only other side of that is you have agony and humiliation and you just so burnt out, you ready to die. God might tell death to flee. You're not dying. Sit in your judgment. Imagine people running to suicide and death because they trying to flee judgment. They're not going to be able to do that. Not all of them. Not if God tell death to flee. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I just had to come get my open commentary and reaction to all these. They just had all these arrests in Minnesota. I don't even know the connection with Minnesota and Somalians quite yet, but I have been doing my own research. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is just my commentary and reaction and prophetic warning. It was just dumb from the beginning. I'm the one who had the dream a long time ago that they were going out searching for powerful witches across the globe. Like, what are you for? Some of the highest high tech scientists and witches and putting them together. For what? To stop world hunger? See, they never have the agenda to do stuff like this, but you can put together armies to cause terror and fear and stagnation in people. And it's sad. Thank you guys for tuning in.